Hey, what's up, you guys? WWE fan 0599 here again, and today we're going to review Independence Day Resurgence. So, Independence Day Resurgence stars Jeff Goldblum, Liam Hemsworth, Jesse T. Usher, Bill Pullman, and Mike Monroe. And what this film is about, it's about when 20 years after the events of what happened in the original Independence Day, everything seems to be civil. But when the aliens decide to come back and try to take over the world once again, they have to stop them. So what did I think of Independence Day Resurgence? This is one of the most awful, most stupidest, most idiotic, most lifeless, most boring sequels I think I've ever witnessed in my life. Independence Day Resurgence is garbage. It's awful. Oh my goodness. This movie is so bad. I couldn't believe my eyes. I swear to you, I could not believe my eyes of how bad this movie was. Now, I was actually going to go into this. I didn't think the movie looked good, okay? I know a lot of people were very excited about it. I didn't think it looked good, okay? I was like, you know what? It looks like a pile of garbage, but I'm going to go in with an open mind. I might enjoy it. It was way worse than I thought it was going to be. Oh my goodness. Let's just begin, shall we? Shall we begin with my negatives? Because there's no positives with this movie whatsoever. Negatives. First being the lifeless acting. Oh my. Everybody felt like they were lifeless in this movie. Everyone. Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, I know everybody's saying Jeff Goldblum is good in this movie. He's practically the saving grace of this film. But to me, he's not. Jeff Goldblum felt like he was just phoning it in. I never say that about Jeff Goldblum. But it felt like he was just phoning it in for this movie. You know. But, you know, it just seemed like he was phoning it in for this movie. Like, I'm here, I'm Jeff Goldblum. It's just, I didn't feel like he brought anything to the movie, really. I'm being honest. Liam Hemsworth, you know, I don't hate Liam Hemsworth as an actor. He's fine. Chris is better. I mean, no, Chris is 1,000 times better. But, you know, Liam's not a bad actor. He's not terrible. But this is all he does in the movie. That's all he does, is make that same stupid face throughout the entire film, honestly. And his acting couldn't be more wooden than a wooden stick. He is not good in this movie. Jesse T. Usher as Will Smith's son. You know, Will Smith didn't come back for this movie because he asked for like a lot of money. I think he asked for like $1 billion. I could be wrong. He asked for like $1 billion to come back to do the movie, and the studio was like, no, we're not letting you do that. And that's another thing. This movie was Will Smith's absence was big. It really was. It was like a big gap with this movie. It really was. And his son was a pathetic replacement. Okay? Oh my goodness. This guy's the worst character in the entire film. He is so obnoxious. I want to punch him in the face. I hated his character. This is one of the worst characters of the year. Like, I'm serious. I hated this character. Oh man, Bill Pullman. Listen, I love you, Bill Pullman. You're a great actor. But man, you're just phoning it in this movie. You really are. Just like Jeff Goldblum, you're just phoning it in. You're really just phoning it in. With that, I don't know what that Santa Claus beard is. I mean, really. Just, man. Bill Pullman really was just phoning it in to be Mike Monroe. Man, what has been with her lately? I mean, seriously, she's a really good actress. I mean, in movies like The Guest and It Follows, she's really good in them. But first The Fifth Wave, she was awful in. And now in this, although not as bad, is still not good. Like, really. And why couldn't we just get, Maya Whitman, I think her name is. Yeah, Maya Whitman. Why couldn't we just get her to come back? Who played, the little daughter in the original movie. She's an actress now. She's a really good actress now. So why couldn't you just bring her back instead of recasting her? Maybe she probably read the script and was like, no. Maybe that could have been the reason. But Micah Monroe, yeah, not good. She really isn't. She isn't great in this movie. The action is so lifeless and so poorly filmed in this movie. It's just a big old CGI fest. It really is. It's just a big old messy CGI fest. It is a real big cluster at times. It really is. Like, it is a really big cluster. Like, the action is really, really sloppy and really, really terrible in the movie. And it's bad. Like, this action is terrible. Like, it's awful, this action. This is some terrible, terrible action. Oh, man. The chemistry. What chemistry? There is no chemistry whatsoever between these characters. I never felt an ounce of friendship, a love relationship between Liam Hemsworth and Micah Monroe. I felt nothing. Like, there was no chemistry with these characters whatsoever. These guys have terrible chemistry. Like, there's none of it at all in this movie. And, when you could care less about them because they just have nothing with each other. Like, whenever Jeff Goldblum and Liam Hemsworth were on screen together, I felt no chemistry between the both of them. It was not like when Jeff Goldblum was like with Will Smith in the original. I felt something there. I feel nothing with these characters, with them in this movie, honestly. The writing. Oh my, the writing. Oh, it is so atrocious. If Dirty Grandpa hadn't come out this year, man, this could have been my worst screenplay of the year. Oh my goodness, this is bad. Like, some of the dialogue these characters say is really, really bad. Like, really, really awful. The writing is so atrocious with this movie. The directing. Roland Emmerich, I'm sorry, I'm usually never like this, but I think it's about time you just lay it down. You just put it down. I think it's about time to retire. Like, I'm serious at this point. I really am. Because I'm not really a big fan of Roland Emmerich. I mean, there's only one movie that I liked from him. And that was the original Independence Day. I haven't seen The Patriot, so I don't know how. I hear that's pretty good. But all the rest of the films, either I wasn't really big of a fan of, like, I found just okay, or I really hated. Day After Tomorrow, wasn't a big fan of it. Wasn't that good in my opinion. Stargate, boring as heck. I couldn't really sit through the movie. It was so boring. What is it? White House Down. Oh my, that was awful. Godzilla 98. Okay. And now this movie. This is it could be arguably his worst movie. I'm serious. This was bad. And he does such an awful job directing this movie. This is one of the worst directed films of the year. He does such an awful job directing this movie. Like, he really does. This movie has some terrible directing in it. The visual effects. Oh! The visual effects. Holy moly. If you thought Gods of Egypt had bad visual effects, you have seen nothing. Oh! The visual effects in this movie are complete and utter garbage. Woo! It felt like this needed to be on the Sci-Fi Channel. I swear. Holy! These effects are bad, especially when you get to the mother alien. Holy moly. These visual effects are terrible. They are awful. Oh my goodness. Sharknado 3 had better effects than this. I'll even say Fantastic Four had better effects than this. this is terrible. This is really bad. Like, really, really bad. And the movie is so boring. Boring. Oh, my word, is it boring. I almost fell asleep during this movie. I almost fell asleep like about 3 times during this movie. This movie is that boring because it's so lifeless. You know, it's missing, I feel like it's missing the charisma and just the energy that the first one had. This doesn't have any of that. Oh man, the movie is so boring. It really is. This movie is boring. Like, really, really boring. Guys, Independence Day Resurgence is a complete train wreck of a movie. It is awful. This is now my second worst movie of 2016. It is an utter pile of turd. It really is. I hate Independence Day Resurgence. So it's time for my official grade on Independence. Yo, F. You already know it. F, 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 D, F, F, F. I hated this movie. This movie is a complete and utter disgrace to cinema. It is an absolute abomination. This movie, why was it made? I thought nothing was going to beat Ride Along 2 for the worst sequel of the year. But guess what? I found it. This movie's worse than Ride Along 2 and Zoolander 2. I said it! I hate this movie! If you knew the pain I was going through while watching this movie, you will understand. I hate this movie. It is awful! So, what did you guys think of Independence Day Resurgence? Leave in the comment section below. And I'm WWE Fan 0599. And we will see you all later. Peace.